I welcome you, my Muslim family, to another video. So, speaking concerning spiritual father and impartation. So, Prophet Angel was speaking about Pastor Chris after the impartation he received and how he has to learn from from Pastor Chris so that he can walk worthy of that calling, that grace that has been bestowed upon him. And he requested the church to pray for him. So, and also in this video, we'll be talking about Pastor Demina, where he also was talking about spiritual fathers and doctrine issues. So let's get into this video. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you within the video.
Hi. From the 20th, I'm in a class with my father, just learning from him, learning from his words, so that as we execute that apostolic succession that is starting on the 30th, that the Spirit of God will help me to walk worthy of what Pastor Chris said when he said these words: what is upon me, what has been passed on to me, I pass on to you. Such preternatural words, beyond the natural. And the only thing I can be, since I've been turned into another man, is to walk worthy of that. I will still be that prophet, but I've been turned into another man. There is a dimension we are carrying, but that dimension requires me to lose excess weight and walk worth of that calling, walk worth of that replication. What happened there was more than an impartation. It's a replication. A change of a man into another man. And I need your prayers all around the world, because it's a heavy unction to carry. It's a heavy unction to carry. It has restrictions and boundaries and areas that you will need to do personal spiritual surgery and cut off excess flesh. To some it will look like I'm more subdued, but I'm a prophet. So the fire of my voice will still boom around the world, but at a larger scale than it is already. And I'm not undermining the grace that is there already. It's a lot, the grace that is there. But we're moving to higher degrees. And all well-meaning Christians around the world, including our ministry, and those that are in other ministries, pray for this same Uber angel. Pray that I'll be able to walk worthy of that same replication that was surrendered to me. We have seen it operate in one area, but now these things are carried by a vessel yielded to a point where the unction doesn't need to see a difference between the Father and the Son. So in many cases we would say, as Jesus said, if you have seen the Father, you have seen the Son. But in this case, it is not God and his Son. It is me, a servant of God. So if you have seen the Son, you have seen the Father. And if you've seen the Father, you have seen the Son. So I adjure you to pray.
So Prophet Uber Angel requires prayer being made for him. So you heard it from the video, the impartation he received. So he has to learn a lot of things for Pastor Chris so that he will be worthy. He will walk worthy according to the calling and the grace that has been bestowed upon him, and there are things he needs to learn. So there is a transformation that's already taking place when it comes to Prophet Angel, because he has been changed into another man, and there was a transfer of mantle upon his life. So now he said he has to go and learn certain things from Pastor Chris. So speaking concerning spiritual father and spiritual father, those who impacted you. So yes, Dr. Abel Demina also speaking about the men of God, he has related with those who he calls spiritual father, and men he mentioned, he talked about Pastor Bishop Ayo, that's Pastor Ayo. He talked about Bishop Okwonkwo, and people who really impacted his life when it comes to ministry, and the reason why now he don't associate with some of them. He talked about doctrinary, and what he teaches is now different, so most of them don't want to have relationship with him. So he acknowledged that his ministry would have not been possible without those people who really helped him, the fathers. So let's get into this video straight away, as Pastor Dr. Demina also talked about his story concerning impartation in fatherhood. God bless you. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in my next video.
Pastor Ayo. Pastor Ayo was my spiritual father when I was, still preaching the prosperity gospel. And we related from 1994 till about 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yes. And what happened was, I don't like talking about this, but what happened was, when my emphasis on the teaching of Jesus became much, he called me and he said, well, he discovers that all my teachings now is Jesus, 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 Jesus. And I said, yes. And he said to me, well, he may not invite me to preach in his church again, and he may not preach for me again.
Papa, many people have been asking, do you have a spiritual father? Who is your father?
I have a spiritual father. I mean, I'm not fatherless. I have a spiritual father. I have someone who holds me accountable. I have someone I listen to. I have somebody who checks me. I have somebody who speaks into my life. I have somebody I relate with. And I have other people too, who we discuss doctrine, who we look at doctrinal issues with and study together with and all that. So yes, I do.
Okay, many people are wondering because they have this perception that Dr. Damina is the only one that is speaking the truth. So who then can be his father? I mean, that's the
sure.
impression.
I've said it many times. Bishop Okwonkwo is the person I look up to as a spiritual father.
Okay.
I said many times.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
And many people report me to him. I only can imagine, what he goes through in the hands of people who are looking forward to report me, who don't listen to me. And he tells me, he always tells them, don't just take what you hear on social media. Go on his page, go to Abel, go listen to the whole teachings. And when they go, they never come back asking such questions.
Okay, so I remember there was a time that you said he is your spiritual father, and people were also asking questions. For example, you said there was a man, I think Bishop Fred or something, that led you to start ministry.
Yes, Bishop Fred Ado was the person who ordained me into ministry, and he was the person who started Power City for us.
So why is he not your father?
I still relate with him very closely. Very closely.
Okay, so
I still relate with him very.
And then there is this man of God, Orichi Jaffa or something.
Pastor Ayo.
Pastor Ayo.
Pastor Ayo was my spiritual father when I was, still preaching the prosperity gospel. And we related from 1994 till about 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yes. And what happened was, I don't like talking about this, but what happened was, when my emphasis on the teaching of Jesus became much, he called me and he said, well, he discovers that all my teachings now is Jesus, 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 Jesus. And I said, yes. And he said to me, well, he may not invite me to preach in his church again, and he may not preach for me again. And I said, no, you will preach for me, sir. You will preach for me, because I may not preach for you, but you will preach for me. And I even remember that day after that discourse, I insisted he must give me a date to preach, and he gave me, and he came and he preached. But I observed from then our relationship started having some space. I will call and call and call and call, and he won't answer, and all of that. And that was how that relationship has been on pause. but I still honor and respect him because we related for many years. He's a wonderful person. He's a great person. He's a very nice person to relate to. And he's not done me anything evil. Not one. You know. And I don't think I've done him any evil myself. But it's just that doctrinally, we're not able to see eye to eye. That's all.
Okay, so you switched fathers.
I didn't switch. When I was relating with Pastor, I was relating with Bishop Mike also at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a switching. We don't switch.
Okay.
They're all my relationships, and I still keep them very close to me. But when it comes to core doctrinal relationship, it's Bishop Mike.
Wow.
So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment. God bless you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. God bless you.